Hi, everyone. Welcome to Global English Talks. I'm Suzanne.
And I'm Mark. We're so happy you're here with us today.
This is the podcast where we help you improve your English by listening to real conversations about daily life.
Yes, no difficult grammar lessons, just simple English, natural rhythm, and friendly talk.
Imagine you are sitting with us in a small studio, maybe with a cup of coffee in your hands, just listening and relaxing.
Our goal is to help your ears feel more comfortable with English, step by step, word by word.
Today's episode is about something very common but sometimes stressful.
Ordering coffee.
By the end of this episode, you will feel more confident when you walk into a cafe and speak in English.
So take a deep breath, get comfortable, and let's start this conversation together.
Mark, I have a question for you. Do you remember the first time you ordered coffee in another country?
Oh yes, I remember it very clearly. It was in a small cafe in Toronto on a cold morning in October. I walked in, and the place smelled like fresh bread and roasted beans. I felt excited and also a little nervous
Nervous? You? Why?
because the menu looked simple, but the barista spoke very fast. She smiled and said, "What can I get started for you?" And my brain just stopped. I only wanted a small coffee, but suddenly I forgot how to speak.
That happens to so many people. You know the words, you study English, but in that moment, with people behind you in line, everything feels more intense.
Exactly. I could feel the person behind me getting closer. I could hear cups moving, the machine making loud sounds, and I thought, why is ordering coffee so complicated?
It's funny, right? Coffee is simple, but the situation is not always simple.
Yes, it's not just about vocabulary, it's about speed, pressure in real-life conversation.
And maybe today someone listening is thinking, yes, that happened to me last week.
Or maybe they will travel soon. Or maybe they live in an English-speaking country already and still feel shy at the counter.
So here's the big question for today. Why does ordering something so small feel so big sometimes?
And how can we make it feel calm, easy, and even enjoyable?
So today, we're talking about ordering coffee in English. Not in a classroom, not in a textbook, but in real life.
Yes, in a real cafe, with real noise, real people, and real feelings.
This episode is important because ordering coffee is one of the most common daily situations. It can happen when you travel, it can happen before work, it can happen on a random afternoon when you just want something warm in your hands.
And it's often one of the first small conversations you have in English. It may last only 1 or 2 minutes, but it can change your whole day.
If it goes well, you feel proud. You walk out smiling. You think, I did it.
But if it feels confusing or stressful, you might feel embarrassed. Maybe you replay the moment in your head later.
We don't want that. We want you to feel ready, calm, clear.
In this episode, we will talk about what people usually say, how conversations really sound, and how you can feel more comfortable.
And if you enjoy learning English through real, relaxed conversations like this, don't forget to follow Global English Talks.
Yes, just press follow so you don't miss our next episodes about everyday English and personal growth.
Okay, let's slow down and start with something simple.
What does ordering coffee really mean in real life?
So, Mark, let's explain this in a very simple way. What does ordering coffee actually mean?
In simple words, it means asking for a drink in a cafe and answering a few small questions. That's it. It sounds easy, right?
Yes, but there is more inside that small moment.
Exactly. Ordering coffee is a short conversation. It usually has 3 parts. First, you say what you want. Second, the barista may ask questions. Third, you pay and say thank you.
That's true. For example, you walk in and say, "Hi, can I have a small latte, please?" That's the first step.
Then the barista might ask, hot or iced, or for here or to go. These are simple questions, but if you are not ready, they can surprise you.
And after that, you pay. Maybe they ask cash or card. Then you take your drink and leave.
So ordering coffee is not about big grammar. It's about small, fast communication.
It's also about listening carefully. Many people think speaking is the hard part, but sometimes understanding the question is more difficult.
Yes, the words are simple, but the speed can be fast. And sometimes the cafe is noisy. There is music. There is the sound of milk steaming.
So we can say this. Ordering coffee means having a short, polite, everyday conversation to get what you want.
And when you break it down like that, it feels much less scary.
It becomes a small human interaction, not a test.
Exactly. No one is grading you. They just want to give you your coffee.
Mark, I want to share an image that came to my mind. Ordering coffee in English is like stepping onto a small moving walkway at the airport.
Oh, I like that. Tell me more.
You know those flat moving walkways? You step on and suddenly you are moving forward. Not very fast, but fast enough that you feel it.
Yes, if you are not ready, it feels a little strange.
Exactly. When you stand next to it, you feel safe. The floor is still. But when you step on, your body has to adjust for 1 or 2 seconds.
That little moment when your balance changes.
Yes. Ordering coffee is like that. Before you speak, you feel stable. You are just standing in line. But when the barista looks at you and says, "Hi, what can I get for you?" it's like stepping onto that moving walkway.
Suddenly, the conversation is moving. It does not stop and wait for you.
Right. It moves forward. The questions come. The people behind you are waiting, and you have to adjust your balance.
But here's the important part. After 1 or 2 seconds, your body relaxes. You find your rhythm, and the walkway is not scary anymore.
Yes, and you don't need perfect English. You just need to step on and stay calm. And even if you feel a little unstable at first, it doesn't mean you're bad at English. It just means you are adjusting.
So the goal is not to stop the walkway. The goal is to feel comfortable while it moves.
Exactly. And the more times you step on, the easier it feels.
One day you won't even think about it. You will step on, smile, order your coffee, and step off with your drink in your hand.
Okay, let's talk about something practical now. Tip number 1 is very simple. Decide your order before you reach the counter.
That sounds small, but it makes a big difference. When you are still in line, you have time. No one is looking at you. No one is waiting for your answer.
Yes, use that quiet moment. Look at the menu, choose your drink, choose the size. Maybe even repeat the sentence in your head.
I remember one morning in London. It was raining, and everyone wanted coffee at the same time. The line was long. I saw one man in front of me. He waited until he reached the counter to read the menu. He looked up, then down, then up again. He looked stressed.
I can imagine. The pressure becomes stronger when it is your turn.
Exactly. But the woman behind him, she was ready. When the barista smiled, she said calmly, "Hi, can I have a medium cappuccino, please?" Her voice was steady. It took 5 seconds.
The difference was not English level. The difference was preparation.
Yes. When you prepare your sentence early, your brain feels safe. It's like putting your shoes on before you start walking.
That's a nice image. If you try to put your shoes on while walking, it's very difficult.
And dangerous.
So before you reach the counter, choose one clear sentence. For example, "Can I have a small latte, please?" Or, "I'd like an iced coffee, please."
Keep it simple. You don't need a long explanation. Just one clean sentence.
And if you change your mind later, that's okay, but at least start with something ready.
This small habit reduces stress. It gives you balance before you step onto that moving walkway we talked about.
Preparation is quiet power. No one sees it, but you feel it. Let's move to tip number 2. This one is about listening. Be ready for common questions.
Yes, many learners focus only on what they want to say. But in a cafe, the other person will also speak, and sometimes very quickly.
Exactly. So instead of feeling surprised, prepare your ears. There are some questions you will hear again and again.
For example, for here or to go. This means, will you drink your coffee inside the cafe, or will you take it with you?
Or they might ask, hot or iced?
That's simple, but if you don't expect it, your brain might freeze for 1 second.
I remember one time in New York. It was early morning. I ordered a coffee and the barista asked, "Room?" I was confused. I thought she was asking about a hotel room.
Oh no.
But she was asking, "Do you want room for milk?" It was such a small word, but I was not ready for it. I just said, "Sorry?" And she repeated it more slowly. Then I understood.
That's such a good example. Sometimes the question is short, very short, and that makes it harder.
Yes, so tip number 2 is this. Learn a few common cafe questions and practice short answers.
Like, to go, please, or for here, or hot, please, or no sugar.
When you expect these questions, they feel friendly, not scary.
It's like watching a movie for the second time. You already know what will happen next.
And your heart stays calm. You don't feel lost.
Remember, you don't need to understand every word in the cafe. You only need to understand the important ones.
And if you don't understand, it's okay to say, "Sorry, could you repeat that?" That is normal. Even native speakers say that sometimes.
Listening is not about being perfect. It's about being present and patient with yourself.
And when you are ready for common questions, the conversation flows much more easily.
Okay, here is tip number 3. Keep your sentences short and clear.
Yes, many learners think they need to speak in long, perfect sentences to sound good. But in a cafe, simple is powerful.
Exactly. You're not giving a speech. You're just ordering a drink.
I once saw a student in a cafe in Sydney. It was around 3 p.m., and the place was busy with people working on laptops. He walked to the counter and started saying, "Hello, I was wondering if it would be possible for me to maybe get a..." He looked very nervous.
That sounds stressful already.
Yes, he was trying to sound very polite, but his sentence became too long. He forgot the word he wanted. He stopped in the middle.
And what happened?
The barista smiled and said gently, "No worries, what would you like?" And he finally said, "A small black coffee, please."
So in the end, the simple sentence worked best.
Exactly. In everyday situations, short sentences are natural. Native speakers also say, "Can I get a latte?" or "Small cappuccino, please."
You don't need to explain your life story. Just say what you want.
Short sentences help your brain stay organized. They reduce mistakes because there are fewer words to manage.
And they sound confident. When you say, "I'd like a medium latte, please," and then stop, it feels clear and calm.
Think of it like carrying a small cup of coffee. If you fill it too much, it spills. If you keep it simple, you can carry it safely.
That's such a good image. Don't overfill your sentence.
Yes, keep it steady, keep it simple. That is more than enough.
Let's go to tip number 4. This one is about something very human. Use small, polite words and a friendly tone.
Yes, words like please and thank you are simple, but they change the feeling of the whole conversation.
I remember one afternoon in a small cafe in Lisbon. It was quiet, soft music was playing. A woman walked in and said, "Large coffee." No smile, no eye contact.
That feels cold.
A few minutes later, another customer came in. He said, "Hi, can I have a large coffee, please?" He smiled, his voice was calm.
Same drink, very different energy.
Exactly. The words were almost the same, but the second person created a connection.
And here is something important. You don't need perfect pronunciation to be polite. Even if your accent is strong, a smile and please make everything softer.
That's true. Politeness is not about grammar. It's about attitude.
Also, don't forget eye contact. Just a short look and a small smile can make you feel more confident.
And when you receive your drink, say, "Thank you." That closes the conversation in a warm way.
These small words are like sugar in coffee. The drink is already good, but a little sweetness makes it better.
I love that. They are small, but they matter.
And when you act polite and calm, your brain also feels calm. Your body follows your tone.
So tip 4 is simple. Add kindness to your sentence.
Short sentence, clear voice, a little smile. That's real-life English.
Mark, I want to talk about something important now. Sometimes people feel tired of trying. They think, why is this still hard?
Yes, especially if they have ordered coffee before and still feel nervous.
I want to say something clearly. Rest is not wasting time.
I agree. Learning to speak in real life takes energy. Your brain is working hard. It is listening, translating, choosing words, and controlling emotions.
I remember a listener who sent us a message. She lives in Dublin. She said that after one busy week of speaking English at work, she felt exhausted. On Saturday morning, she went to a cafe and could not find her words.
That makes sense. Her brain needed a break.
Exactly. She told me she felt disappointed, but I told her something simple. Your mind is like a small battery in a phone. If you use it all day without charging, it becomes slow.
That's such a clear image. If your phone is at 1%, you don't say, "Why are you weak?" You plug it in.
Yes, sometimes the best thing you can do for your English is rest. Watch something light. Listen without speaking. Sit quietly with your coffee and just observe.
Rest helps your brain organize new words. It gives space for learning to settle.
So, if one day ordering coffee feels hard again, don't think you are going backwards.
Maybe you're just tired.
And tired is human.
You are not a machine. You are a person learning step by step.
Sometimes progress is quiet. It grows while you are resting. Let's do a tiny word tour. The first word is barista.
A barista is the person who prepares and serves coffee in a cafe. For example, you can say, "The barista asked me what size I wanted." This word matters because it helps you understand who you are speaking to. It's not just the worker, it's the coffee specialist.
I like that. Okay, next word, size.
Size means how big or small something is. In a cafe, it usually means small, medium, or large. For example, what size would you like? If you understand this word, you can answer quickly and clearly.
Good. The third word is to go.
To go means you will take your drink with you and leave the cafe. For example, "Can I get this to go?" This is important because many cafes ask this question first.
Number 4 is for here.
For here is the opposite of to go. It means you will drink your coffee inside the cafe. You can say, "It's for here." This small phrase helps the barista know which cup to use.
Next word, receipt.
A receipt is the small piece of paper that shows what you paid for. For example, "Do you need the receipt?" It matters because sometimes you will hear this question at the end of the order.
And our last word today is foam.
Foam is the light, soft layer of milk on top of drinks like cappuccino. For example, "This cappuccino has a lot of foam." Knowing this word helps you understand the difference between drinks.
These words are simple, but they appear again and again in cafes.
And when you know them, the conversation feels much easier and more natural.
Okay, now we have a small challenge for you. Nothing scary, just something simple and real.
Yes, we want you to imagine a very specific moment. It is 8:30 in the morning. The cafe door opens, you walk in, you hear cups clinking and soft music playing.
There are 3 people in line. You are number 4. You can smell fresh coffee in the air. You feel a little nervous, but also curious.
Now, in your mind, choose your drink. Be specific. Is it a small hot latte, a large iced coffee, a black coffee with no sugar?
Then create one clear sentence. Say it slowly in your head. Hi, can I have a medium cappuccino, please?
After that, imagine the barista asking, "For here or to go?" Answer in your mind.
This small mental practice is powerful. You're training your brain in a calm space.
And here is the gentle challenge. This week, if you have the chance, order something in English. It can be coffee, it can be tea, it can even be water.
The goal is not perfection. The goal is action.
And after you do it, notice how you feel. Proud, relieved, surprised?
Growth often hides inside small moments like this.
One short conversation can change how you see yourself.
Let's make this even more practical. Here are 4 small daily action steps you can try this week.
Step 1 is simple. Listen to real cafe conversations online. Search for short videos where people order drinks. Don't study them, just listen. Let your ears get used to the rhythm.
Yes, even 5 minutes a day can help. Your brain starts to recognize patterns like, what can I get for you? Or anything else?
Step 2, practice one sentence out loud at home. Stand in your kitchen and say, "Can I have a small latte, please?" It may feel funny, but speaking out loud builds muscle memory.
That's true. Your mouth needs practice too, not just your mind.
Step 3, learn 2 short answers for common questions. For example, "To go, please," and "Hot, please." Keep them ready.
When you have short answers prepared, you feel faster and more confident.
Step 4, try one real interaction this week. It does not need to be perfect English. Just try.
And after you do it, don't criticize yourself. Instead, say, I showed up. I tried.
Small daily steps are like adding drops of water to a cup. One drop looks small, but many drops fill the cup.
And one day, you realize the cup is full. You are speaking more naturally.
Confidence is built in tiny daily actions, not big dramatic moments.
Let's take a moment to look back at what we talked about today.
Yes, we started by saying that ordering coffee is a short, real-life conversation. It is not a test. It is just a human interaction.
Then, we shared the image of the moving walkway at the airport, that small moment when you step on and feel a little unstable.
But after a few seconds, you find your balance. The conversation keeps moving and you move with it.
We talked about preparing your order before you reach the counter. That gives you quiet confidence.
We also said it is important to expect common questions like "for here" or "to go," so your ears are ready.
And we reminded you to keep your sentences short and clear. Simple English works very well in real life.
Finally, we spoke about small, polite words. Please, thank you, a little smile.
And we did not forget something very important. Rest is not failure. If you feel tired, it is normal.
Learning English happens in small moments. One coffee, one sentence, one smile.
When you see it this way, ordering coffee is not something scary.
It becomes a small step forward, and small steps matter.
So next time you walk into a cafe, I hope you remember this conversation.
Yes, I hope you remember that you don't need perfect English. You just need a clear sentence and a calm breath.
Maybe your voice will shake a little. That's okay.
Maybe you will need to say, "Sorry, could you repeat that?" That's okay too.
What matters is that you try.
Every small, real-life conversation makes you stronger.
And one day, you will order your coffee without even thinking about it.
You will smile, take your cup, and walk out feeling proud.
Thank you for spending this time with us on Global English Talks.
If this episode helped you, follow the podcast and share it with a friend who is learning English too.
Keep listening, keep practicing, and be kind to yourself.
We'll see you in the next episode.
Bye, everyone.
Take care.